future stars. And we're wearing stars and stripes. Coincidence? I don't think so. Roll the intro. Beautiful people, what's happening? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. You see the tiers? We're gonna go through every single player. If you're here for the vibes, the energy, that uplifting spirit, make sure to drop a thumbs up on the video. I appreciate you. In the comments, and it does not have to be directly related to future stars. Players, let's say under 25. Who's gonna grow to become incredible? Insert a superlative, special, unique, groundbreaking, game-changing, unstoppable, dangerous, absolute threat. I'm gonna have to put this jacket on more often. Came with a couple little marks, little move, vintage, throwback, and original. Let's begin. 4 tiers. God tier, you already should know what that's all about. Only the most upper echelon. Top tier, you're golden. Mid tier, a lot more debatable. And discard, maybe I should have it, maybe I shouldn't. I'm not telling you to discard these players, but I just don't feel you're gonna use them. I'll leave that here. We could rename it if you want a different name. I'm cool with that too. Botman, speaking of, straight into the discard. There's nothing special about him. In this promo, has a lot of opportunity, has plenty of premium players. In fact, comment section, who have you used that you enjoyed, that you did not enjoy, who was the real deal, who was fraudulent. We will have follow-ups. If you want the gameplay, Twitch, we're doing it. We run that up. Some of that content also makes it to the tube, but if you didn't see it, it didn't mean it didn't happen. Mr. Diaz. We've got 2 versions of Diaz. The center attacking mid and the left wing. Where do I feel most comfortable? I'm pretty confident with them both joining the top tier. There might be some preference involved, and that's depending who you ask. I gravitate a little more towards the center attacking mid, but there's subjectivity. Chalaba! Yes, sir. Same situation, actually. We have 2 versions of this player between the center back and the CDM. Great size, physical nature. There's a lot to incorporate. There's plenty to unpack to be a bit of a difference maker. And depending on what you need in your squad, this could also have debate. Is he worth the grind? I would complete him if you don't mind. That rhymed, and that was not part of the game plan. But I could force some bars. I could freestyle rap. Don't challenge me. Can I get a hashtag organics? A little ding, ding, ding. In fact, we already look ridiculous today, so why not run it up? The organics with the glasses, I really need some sun joints, some sun stoppers. But that's not what's happening today. We went with the Dirty Librarian. The return of Dirty Mike for real, for real. Oh, looks like I'm gonna put you on a different type of website if you get my drift. Hello. Damsguard. I like Damsguard. This is interesting as well. We will have movement. There's no denying. At the end, I might adjust some players. I gotta have a bit more of a recap. Mr. Guard is one of those fellas that I think can make an argument to get himself into the top, but I just feel with my hearts of hearts, my FIFA knowledge, my book reading capabilities, my understanding that he's gonna be in the middies. Elmaz, I gotta shoot him over here for the 5-star skills. Plus, he's got that big link up with Pandev that's strong with strong. Are you familiar with these icons? Legends. Actually, Pandev is already up there. One of the most underrated players in real life, period, within our era. Bellingham, yep, also known as Ruud Gullit Jr. I'm telling you, I don't know if we've ever seen a FIFA where Ruud Gullit doesn't have the same type of impact or value or presence. Just because of the amount of competition that comes in at a very similar level, similar output. You could argue even better output. Icons in general, are they going to become obsolete outside of the top 15 or top 20? Remember, we have 105 icons, at least according to those tiers videos I've been making. And I really feel that it's only about 20% that are actually going to be reoccurring into squads on a regular basis. These promos are getting better and better earlier and earlier. Maybe better is debatable, but the player stats, the allocation, just getting ridiculous. Torres, welcome to Barcelona. This foot item is reckless. This man looks nuts. Spaniard. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Gakpo. Ooh, I struggle with this man. I believe in some fraudulence. You also have difficult links, I guess, unless you're building out from the Dutch league. I'm gonna leave him as a discard for now, and I'm telling you, maybe I should have renamed this or rebranded because it doesn't feel right having discard associated with these players, but they're just not as of high value, in my opinion. And I wanted to have an additional tier. I don't want to link everybody into the mid. I wanted that separation. You see the Heisman? Jose that's editing this video, I don't think will understand what the Heisman is. You can let me know, Jose. Otherwise, do a Google search. You should understand the Heisman Trophy, but you didn't grow up here. Ramos. I don't love him, but I'm still giving him some respect. Put him into the mids. Ooh, Haji. You can now have Haji and Haji. That double team. Again, I'd like him to be here. I'd like him to push into the top tier, but I think it's a slight reach and there might be a slight bias, even though technically I do include my bias in these videos. I'm not against that, but the middies where he's heading. João Pedro joined the mids, the mid section, midterm, mid reflection, mid cap, middle, midday. I'm running out of words here. I've played a lot of Scrabble in my life. Feel like I should be doing better. Middle age, which is still a playoff middle. Kanate, I just used him. Kanate, I just used him this past weekend league. Enjoyed that experience. Putting him into the top. I don't feel that he's at the same level as Torres or Bellingham. Therefore, I can't really associate him with those guys just because he's just a tad below. Just a tad. I would put him above some of the other players at the top tier. I'll just throw that out there. So if we had an upper top and in between, he would probably fall into that just because I have a lot of respect for him and personal usage rates were high. Conversion rates high. Difference making high. Credibility high. Hashtag organics high. Cunha, gonna put him into the mids. Really hasn't had a super breakout item over the last couple years, but still getting upgrades, still getting some focus. Indica, the Frenchman, Bundesliga. Could see him having movement to the top. I just wasn't that impressed when I went up against him this past weekend league. I still don't feel comfortable putting him on that same category as Kanate. It is what it is. Pedro, gonna put him into the mids as well. Gonna join this grouping. Starting to round out quite a squad here. It didn't start this way. Smith, row. Not rowing these boats. Not part of the Harvard twins, Facebook twins, Winklevoss twins, who work out at the gym that I work out at. Unrelated, but actually kind of related because we just talked about it. But Smith Rowe is going into the top tier, no doubt. Chouameni, I love him. Even his informs earlier this year were unbelievable, spectacular, such overachieving foot items. He's God tier every day of the week. He's a lockup, he's a problem, and now you just bumped everything statistically with a guy that has a beautiful track record. Has the best track record, in fact, amongst any of the other God tier players at the moment. If we're looking at informs or even a gold foot item, I used his baseline gold at the beginning of the year. The standard, pretty special even at that point. Tomiyasu, I think he's still in the mids. Some would want him to move one direction or the other, but that's where I feel most comfortable. We're gonna keep this trend going. Send the Portuguese man, Premier League, we're joining that crew, that association, also into the middies. And then last but not least, a man with so much potential. I have big expectations. Vlahovic, big upgrade on this foot item too, with the 4-star skills and the 4-star weak foot, as opposed to the 3+3, which were definite detriments when you're dealing with an attacker, when you're dealing with a striker in particular. Just had a beautiful finish as well for Juventus, or as we now know, Juventus, as Piemonte Calcio. Vlahovic is similar to the argument I made on behalf of Kanate, where they could be in between this top and the God. I just don't think that they're better than the players that are leading my tier system. Now, before we round it out, do we need any additional movements? I'm pretty comfy right here. I think this is on point. Ratings, deliverables, leagues. We didn't really go over criteria. In the middies, I can see you guys making an argument for Damsgaard. You're coming with a bias for Haji. Some of you love this man. I'm sure of it with Indica. Just, like I said, big body type. Gonna get busy. We'll see. There's a comment section for a reason. The top tier, unless you're moving somebody down, I don't think there's that much movement for going up. At least if we're not having comparables to who's in the God tier. Because these front three just seem very clear. Even though I would love to have Kanate or Vlahovic. Vlahovic. That's quite the pronunciation for you. Yeah! Try saying that fast 5 times. So we're not going to make these adjustments. Sometimes we have a lot of late game, shot clock type of moments, but not today, and these glasses are so dirty. Let's get a zoom up. Are you feeling the librarian that is still cold lookbook? That's what we're rocking right now, and as always, it is free to subscribe. I appreciate you. Positive vibes going to you and yours. Family, friends, everyone around you. We'll manifest that goodness. And I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.